So picture this, a website that doesn't just sit there waiting for visitors, but actually goes out and works to grow your business all by itself. Well, that's the huge promise behind a new technology called Omnisite's AI. Today, we're going to break down their claims and see how this thing supposedly creates a website that markets and grows on its own. Let's dig in.
And this question right here, it really gets to the heart of the whole idea. What if your website wasn't just some passive online brochure anymore? What if it actually became your #1 salesperson, working 24/7 to find leads and bring in deals for you?
Okay, so what is the big problem this tech is trying to solve? Well, the argument is that most websites today are basically just lifeless online brochures. They might look pretty, but they don't do anything. They just sit there, totally failing to bring in any real business.
And the core argument here is simple. The rules have changed. We're in the age of AI now. And if your website isn't out there actively marketing itself, it's pretty much invisible in what's become an incredibly crowded online world. It's basically obsolete.
And the opportunity here is just massive. According to Zippia, a staggering 27% of small businesses still don't even have a website. I mean, think about that. That's a huge untapped market just waiting.
And for the businesses that do want a site, the cost can be a major roadblock. FreshBooks says the average price for a quality website is over $7,000. And that's before you even start thinking about marketing or maintenance. So you've got this huge market with a sky-high barrier to entry.
All of this feeds into an absolutely massive industry. Mortar Intelligence reports that the web design market is already worth $61 billion, and it's projected to shoot up to $92 billion. So yeah, the demand is definitely there.
So, if the market's this big, why hasn't someone already solved this problem? Well, the claim here is that all the traditional solutions are just fundamentally broken. Let's take a look at why they say that.
So the argument goes like this. Right now, businesses are stuck with 3 really dead options. First, you could hire freelancers, but that's a total gamble on quality. Then there are the SaaS builders like Wix, but you're stuck with those expensive monthly fees. And finally, you could try the DIY route with WordPress, but that usually means you end up wrestling with plugins and creating what they call AI slop. That generic, low-quality stuff that Google just ignores.
And all of this is what leads us to their proposed solution, something they call an agentic site. This is the big idea that Omnisite's AI is built on, this concept of a website that can actually grow itself.
So what in the world is an agentic site? Well, according to them, it's a website that uses AI to learn everything about a specific business. And then it automatically creates all the content and marketing campaigns it needs to grow. The whole point is to make the website a completely self-sufficient growth engine for the business.
So what do they claim these sites can do? Well, the key is that it learns your business, right? Then it starts marketing itself with automated blogging, and it even adapts its own strategy over time. It's pitched as a 24/7 sales team that on top of all that, you can still customize yourself without having to write a single line of code.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But how does this technology actually claim to work in the real world? Let's walk through the process they lay out from the very beginning all the way to getting traffic. They pitch it as this super simple 5-step system. First, you train the AI on a business just by feeding it some info, like files or URLs. Then, you just give it a keyword, and bam! It builds an entire website. After that, you can tweak it with a simple editor, and then you just flip a switch to turn on its self-marketing mode. They even claim it has a built-in tool to help you find and land your own clients.
Okay, so this all sounds pretty wild, but let's get to the important part. How do you supposedly make money with this thing? The source material really highlights 2 main ways that this technology is designed to be used.
All right, the first path they talk about is for affiliate marketers. The idea is you can create a bunch of these niche websites that promote different products and earn commissions. The AI handles all the content and marketing, so in theory, it generates passive income for you.
And of course, they have testimonials to back this up, like this one, from a guy who claims he crossed the $10,000 mark with his niche sites, and he makes a point of saying how hands-off the whole system is.
And here's another number from their marketing, a user who's reportedly pulling in $15,000 a month. And get this, that's from 19 different niche sites that were supposedly built with this AI.
Now, the second path is for anyone who's ever dreamed of starting their own web design agency. The concept here is really straightforward. Use the tool to quickly build these high-quality self-marketing websites for other businesses, and then you charge them for it.
And for the agency model, they've got this testimonial from a user who says after they set up a simple gig on Fiverr, the orders for new websites just started flooding in.
And this next one. This is a pretty wild claim. They feature a user who allegedly built an AI site marketing agency from their home that now brings in $2.4 million in annual revenue.
So really, it all boils down to this comparison they present. On one hand, you have the old way. It's slow, it's expensive, you end up with that generic AI slop, and you're just hoping for traffic. But then there's the new way that they're claiming, where you can launch a site in minutes, everything's built in, and the site actively grows itself.
So yeah, the claims are definitely bold. And it really leaves us with a much bigger question to chew on. Forget about this specific tool for a second. Is this type of self-learning, self-marketing AI the actual future for every business online? It's definitely something to think about.